A $300,000 triple we're about to see. Hey, I'm Rob Gillespie. Here we are with LTV Funding, and we're going to break this deal down, and we're going to see exactly what this deal is worth, even though the owner probably wants a little more than he says that thinks it's worth. So, all right, let's go ahead and break it down here and jump right into this. This is deal data, which I'm utilizing right here. I'm going to click on here, and this will have us begin by getting some of the information about the deal. That's why I start out all my deals. This is a unedited, unfiltered way of me checking this out. So you guys are watching this at the same rate that I'm looking at this deal right here. So I begin by sticking it into deal data. And the reason I do that is because you have to have the data on what's going on. The person that brought me this deal, the first thing they started telling me, they told me about the condition, the units have been updated, everything else. That's cool. But I want to know what the financials look like on this. So let's begin by looking. So it's owned by this individual right here. The first thing I always do is I go to public info and see where do they live. So the property's in Connecticut. It looks like they're living in Virginia. Then I go down here and I see what kind of mortgage do they have on this property. So what type of mortgage do I have on the property? About $25,000 on there. So now that we have that, we can take notes in here. This is where I'm going to start taking notes on this. And it has to be really a three-legged stool. So when we put this all together, you're going to have three things that have to satisfy. The first leg of this stool is it has to be the seller. Does it meet the seller's needs? Does the seller, are they either getting their mortgage paid off, the money they want for it, getting out from under a debt, something's going on, are they getting their needs met? The next is the buyer. Is the buyer buying it with enough juice or enough reason or enough of a good set of terms that they're going to be happy with this property and it's going to be financially rewarding? So that's the second one. And the third one is the lenders. The lender, will they be happy? Now, maybe it's going to be a subject to, maybe it's going to be owner financing, maybe it's going to be private capital or a bank, whatever it might be. But will the lender be happy with the collateral that they're going to have here? And if you don't have all three of these legs holding up that stool is going to fall over and that deal's not going to stand on its own. And that's really where most of these deals fall apart. They fall apart because wholesalers and buyers and sellers, they don't understand that they only have their own needs in mind. And when they're only their own needs are in mind, then that's when things die and they fall apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to copy and paste exactly what was sent to me when I was asked to analyze this deal. And when you guys are sending over deals to analyze, you can actually go right here at the bottom of the screen. You'll see you can call or text me at the 330-800-9090. That's going to go right to my office. Or you could submit your deals to ltvfunding.com. Either way of those. And I will analyze your deals, maybe on air, maybe just like this. And I'm going to analyze them either A, for entertainment purposes like this, or because I want to be a partner on it, because maybe I want to buy the property, or maybe I'm going to lend you money on the property. So that's why I would analyze the deals for you. So, okay. So let's read over this and see what they told me here. And I think all these, this is what I've utilized for years, is I've used deal data. And deal data is just a great way of keeping track of what's going on. Because when you're going through hundreds of deals, I mean, I've used this, I guess I've used this for 15 years now. So we have the address in here. Motivation. Depreciation runs out next year. The condition rental grade units. So depreciation is running out next year. It means this guy's had it for a long, long time. 8 to 10 years old. Roof's in good shape. Slanted, yeah. Puts tar on each year. It just sounds like a regular landlord, but he sounds like he maintains it. He's putting tars on there each year. Time frame is sooner than later for depreciation purposes. Price would like cap rate of 6 or 7. 6 or 7 cap. Let me explain what that means. If you're buying something at capitalization rate at 6 or 7%, that is basically just saying that's the rate of return you get on your money. So if you put $100,000 into a property and you're getting a 6 or 7 cap, that means you're getting 6 or 7% on your money after expenses. So $100,000 out, you're going to make $6,000 or $7,000 a year. So your 100 turns into 106, into 107,000 at the end of year one, and then it compounds after that if you're putting that money back into an investment. that is really a pretty crappy return for a rental property. Even with good terms, it's not a great deal. And the reason being is when you're buying something like a 6 cap, a 7 cap, that's like you're buying a Walgreens or something, or a gas station, something that's a national brand that is on a corner in any town USA, and they're signing a 15, 20-year triple net lease where you don't hear from them. You know they're going to pay. You know, even if they go out of business, they're still going to continue to pay for that location because they're not going to let the lease go bad. So that is where it's a set it and forget it type deal. When you're dealing with 3 units just in a normal neighborhood, a 6 or 7 cap is garbage. I mean, 10 is where you want to start at the lowest. And when you're buying a 10 cap, you want it to go up from there, that you can actually increase it and actually do better than that. So $300,000. Stress, he has 3 legal units willing to owner finance with 25% down. All right, so 25% down of $300,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cabbage. I wouldn't put that down. So let's go ahead. Now over here, we're going to pull the comps. Let's look at comps on this thing. So it is a multi-unit. I start out all the time at a quarter mile, and then I'll get rid of the singles, the condos, the townhomes, leave multi-units in there. So here in Jennings, we have one that's pending, that's close, has 6 bedrooms, 3 baths for $675. It's a little bit smaller. Year built's about the same. So you have some pretty good numbers for what it should be worth at just a glance. I'm going to go a little bit further. Let's go out and see if we get some more data. Half a mile. Here's another one, $650. So what this is telling me is that although it might not be an awesome rental property, it could be a great flipper. It could be, but what's the litmus test is if you've got a guy that understands depreciation, has held it that long, has been running this thing forever, probably understands what the true value is. So that's where I'm going to probably think that maybe it could be priced correctly. So right here, let's look at this thing. I click on that. It says it's off market. Last sold for $215.99, so that's not bad. That seems like a pretty good plan. I'm not sure what it's showing me here. Listing price medium is $1.3 million. Sold price medium is $849. Seems like it's pretty good numbers. All the numbers are pretty strong on this thing. So now let's go back here. Let's look at this again. Let's look at one of these comparables and see what they're actually looking like. So here's another one here. You can tell it looks like a multi-unit, multi-family, 1909. Yeah, I mean, you have good numbers on this thing. You have real good numbers on it. So let's go back over here now. Look at this third one. It's a half a mile away, but still going to be a comparable. $650 under contract, but it's not that fancy. The problem is these things aren't going to be making money when you're paying $600,000 for them. What this house is attractive for in today's market is because the wages are low, the property prices are high, and what makes it attractive is an individual, maybe a first-time home buyer, a couple that wants to move in and live in one unit and rent the other one out or the other 2 out. And that will offset their mortgage and give them the availability that they can live in a nice area of Connecticut and have a home that they know is going to go up in value. And they're living very entry level, but it's affordable because maybe they just graduated college, they just got married, just had a baby or something. That's really attractive for. For a landlord, not so much. I think for a landlord just to buy this thing, I'm coming from a place in Cleveland, Ohio, where Cleveland, Ohio, you'll buy something like this for $100,000 and get the same rents just about. Now, you're not going to get the appreciation that you would there, but still, you have some really, really good numbers. So looking at that and then going back one more time, looking at this thing, what it looks like. Let's see what the street view looks like here. Yeah, see, it's kind of like little bit hood. It's not real. I'm not sure this driveway here belongs here, I believe. But it doesn't look great. But you have some nice ones across the street. Those look pretty decent. When you have a lot of multi-units in this, that means you're gonna have a lot of transients. This has the ability to be a pretty nice looking place. If you were to fix that up a little bit, I'm hoping this garage here goes with this house. I'm not real sure. I'm gonna guess it would. I like to think it would. We have to ask. We'll have to ask that. Something else you want to notice: you've got a lot of windows in this house. If we're putting windows in this house, I mean, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know, then going, goodness gracious. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And probably about the same on this side. I can't see 26, 7, probably 30 windows. So you're going to have $10,000, $12,000 just in putting windows in the house if you have to do that. This could actually bring some pretty good numbers on it if you were to gingerbread it up a little bit. And maybe if that driveway does belong to this home, I don't know if they have an easement to go down this driveway. If this garage goes with this house, or if they're just using the driveway and then come over here and parking, is this vacant lot with this house? Is it with this house? Or is it with no house? It's hard to say. Maybe all these cars belong with this house here. And perhaps, yeah, this driveway here probably comes right here to that. So maybe this all is parking for this. So what I would do, if these things are bringing $600,000 over here, because you have such sexiness across the street, nice little facelift on this to make it look nice, I would spend the money to asphalt this back here. I would asphalt this and make a nice parking area where it really looks nice. And again, I'm just, without doing a ton of research on it, this is how I think you get some more money. The roof looks a little bit older. Like you said, he's tarring it up every year. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, it's this dirty siding. It doesn't look super nice. I mean, painted up, maybe gingerbread a little bit in the front. They put some different siding around this bump out here, making like the scallop type siding. Something to make it give a little bit of pizzazz, try to get the rents up. But the whole idea would be to empty out the bottom unit, rent the top 2 units if there's 2-3 units there, and from there sell it to somebody that just wants that first unit. So I don't know, maybe it's worth $300,000 as a fix and flip, but I don't think that it sounds like a great deal for something that's going to be for a straight rental. Now, the good news is what they were talking about, they're talking about him taking 25% down. So not terrible, because if you can really get into this for your $25,000 down, I'm sorry, 25% down, then maybe you can get into this and fix it up and 150 maybe into the whole thing, and it's a lot less cash outlay. Now the pros and cons to that are, it's a pro if he's going to give you awesome terms. If he's going to give you great terms on this and cheap rates or maybe deferred payments or who knows what kind of deals you can work out on it, that's good. What's bad is if he's carrying all the paper and you got to put a bunch of money down, that probably has to be money out of your pocket that you have to take down. Versus if you're going to get a hard money loan, you might be able to get into this for 100% loan to cost, where someone's going to give you all the money to buy it, all the money to fix it, and then you can sell it. So you wouldn't have to have any real money out of pocket. So it might be a little more attractive, but you're going to have a lot crappier terms and points and everything else doing it that way. So these kind of deals are not usually my favorite. I do think that 300,000 as a rentals is too strong on that. I think that the resale could be good. What I would say to do is get an agent in that area to look at it after you get it in contract. I would put this in contract first. I would say, hey, option A, I can put 25% down and pay X amount of dollars. Option B, I'm going to pay 300,000 cash. I have to do my due diligence. I would do my due diligence with an agent. Say, look, if I were to fix this up, how much could we list it for? And see someone that really knows the area, because as much as I can analyze it with the deal data, I like to really talk to someone's boots in the ground that's working there every single day and let me know. So, in short, it's worth looking into. Get a contract, write it up, find out from an agent what they think, find out where those lot lines are, make sure that garage goes with this house, not the one behind or beside it or something. 99% sure it does. And then give yourself 60 business days with due diligence. That's my advice on doing that deal, and see where the rents currently are and what you can get them up to, because you could probably get them up to a pretty good amount. All right. So if you have a deal that you'd like to get analyzed and you want me to take a look at it for you, send it on over. You can text it, or you can go to the link down there, 330-800-9090, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a look for it. Go ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications. When I go live, that's when you get to watch these things. This one here is not live. It is recorded, but nevertheless, I analyzed this one directly in front of you just because it came in right across my text at the time I was going to do a video. So I'm doing it live at the same time that I'm trying to edit a video for you here. So Rob Gillespie, check me out here. LTV Funding, send your deals in, because none of this works unless you do.